back door, finding McCraven, pass a little high for him. McCraven had reset, puts it up off the glass, good.
Down to Hallie Crockett, her second baseball pass up the floor to Abby Richmond. Right-handed layup for two.
Still backing and backing, gets stalled again, and picks up 2 points. So 2-point takedown.
The puck tries to reverse along the boards, taken away by Parker, in front, and out of goal! Parker tees up Brody Schultz!
Little right-handed dribble, goes to Reichel, deep three-pointer on the way! That's good!
Up the floor, Severson over to Bevins, all alone, steps up, shoots the three, and it's good.
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good holiday season to you and yours, and a good Thursday afternoon from downtown Fargo. It's a matchup of Class B, Region 1 versus Region 2. The 9th-ranked Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros at 3-0 on the season tangle with the 1-1 Fargo Oak Grove Grovers out of Region 1. I'm Chase Miller alongside Jake Watroba, and this is our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all of your insurance requests, visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. Still to come, we'll get to our Coach's Corner with Kyle Card of the Grovers and Elliot Rotvold of the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros. The starting lineup's brought to you in part by Chris Heisey with American Family Insurance and more. That's all still to come here from Fargo. The Burros coming in off a win a week ago today at Northern Cass, 68-52. In that game, Hillsboro-Central Valley was led by the 20 points of Landon Olson, and Jacob Brandt had 15. Well, for the Grovers, their last game nearly 10 days ago on December the 20th, a 83-60 win over Hankinson. Two guys, the 1-2 punch so far for the Grovers in Trey Hatfield with 26 points per contest, and alongside with that, Riley Bockyguard with 13 points per contest here for the Grovers. We'll continue on our pregame show after this with our Coach's Corner on yourliveevent.com.
At Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada, 2014 Versatile DT 550 has 30-inch tracks, high-flow differential locks, 2,050 hours, priced at $289,000. Also a 39-foot Wilrich chisel plow. Make your deals on this and this new fresh trade 2014 Versatile DT 550. Talk with Chuck O'Neill at Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada, 218-784-2961. They thank you for your business.
Don't let the flu get you down. Fight the flu with a shot of prevention. Stop at Hillsboro Drug and get your flu shot today. No appointment is necessary. Shingle shots are also available. And don't forget your other pharmacy and healthcare needs at Hillsboro Drug. Over-the-counter medications, vitamins, health and beauty items as well. For your convenience, Hillsboro Drug offers mail-out service and delivery of your prescriptions. Check out the gift items for all occasions, too. Hillsboro Drug is a locally owned pharmacy and proud to serve the area. They thank you for trusting them with your business at Hillsboro Drug.
Continue on our pregame show and our Coach's Corner. Join us now from Fargo Oak Grove. That is Kyle Card, head coach for the Grovers here as they welcome in the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros here into downtown Fargo. And Kyle, I've asked a lot of coaches this the last week and a half to 2 weeks, and finding rhythm has just been tough, whether it comes to practices, whether it comes to games. In your particular situation, you played 2 games so far. Hopefully you've gotten to more practices here this week leading up to the Burros. So from a coach's point of view, how topsy-turvy has it been, the last 2 or 3 weeks here?
It's been tough, right? When you're about to play a game, then it gets canceled. So you try and do some different things. You try and make it more of a game-like situation. We did bring in some alumni guys to kind of go against us and scrimmage a little bit to give them that game feel. But yesterday and today at practice, it was tougher. You could tell they're ready to play, and then everyone gets a little more edgy, including the coaches. So it's been tough. We've had 2 games canceled, but we talked about earlier, everyone's in the same boat. So it's not like we're the only ones. We can't feel sorry for ourselves. So we just got to be ready to go when we play.
And you got a good opponent here again, a Region 2, a top 10 team here in the latest polls in Hillsboro-Central Valley, and a team that's got some size with Brandt at 6'9". I know Dryberg's probably feel like he's been there for half a century, maybe to some people. And then you got Olson on the inside that continues to be a grinder. So just on the interior play here, Kyle, it looks like the Burros will be a challenge here between the blocks coming up a little bit later on. What do you see from a coach's point of view?
Yeah, we talked about that a lot. Olson does a lot of dirty work for them, and we got to make sure we keep him off the boards and know where he's at. We do have a little more size this year, so we think we can match up and do some things differently. We're kind of excited to play them. Like I said, it's not a region game. Kind of see where we're at in this time of the year, which you just don't know, only having played 2 games. But their size will give us some fits, but we got some little more length this year, and I think that'll help quite a bit. And we're kind of excited for the game. Like I said, it's Christmas break. Kids need to play, do something, and I think we'll have a pretty good crowd there, so it should be fun.
A lot of people probably look back at a roster early on this season and remember some guys that played some valuable minutes. And I'll start with Riley Bakkegaard, a guy that can shoot, guy that can get to the rim, someone that's got some length as well when he drives. So what has he provided to this team so far through 2 games in here, Kyle?
Well, his leadership is huge, both on and off the court for sure. And we're gonna rely on him to handle the ball 90% of the time. He was a little sick against Four Winds, and that showed when he came out of the game. We just struggled ball handling, and but he was much better against Hankinson. So we asked him to do a lot. I mean, he's got to handle the ball. We're trying to take a little pressure off him defensively and maybe not put him on one of their better players like we did last year. So we asked him to do a lot. He's going to be on the floor 90% of the time as long as he stays out of foul trouble. So he's definitely our main cog there offensively, and he's a leader vocally and does a lot of things for us. So he needs to be on the floor.
And whether it's a different year or maybe month to month, there's different roles, and in different game situations too, guys have to provide a different element to a game here. Kyle, who have been some players when you find new roles, when you find maybe new scorers or guys who got a rebound, or who's on the #1 best offensive player each season, who have been some players that maybe filled some roles early in, even though it's early with 2 games so far here, Kyle?
Well, when we came in start the year, we thought we were pretty solid on four guys that knew were going to give us some minutes. Spencer Schumacher is a great defender, works hard. John Ashe has kind of bought into that. He's going to guard the toughest guy. He'll probably guard Brandt tomorrow, and he's going to have to block out and do a lot of things for us. But Trey Hatfield has stepped up offensively. He had 37 the other night, had 15 against Four Winds, which isn't an easy task against a guy like Dang Dang. So he's really stepped up his game. He's normally a three-point threat. He hasn't made one yet, so to average 26 without making a 3 is great. So, but a big name for us that we weren't sure of was Luke Johnson, Jr., who stepped into the 5th starting spot, and he's averaging a double for us almost, and he's doing a lot of good things for us. So we think we're kind of finding some roles for everybody, and I think kids are buying into it. So that's been kind of nice. But like I said, we just need to play another game just to kind of see where we're at.
Final thing for Coach Card here, Kyle, whether it's keys to the game here, or what do you just want to see from your team going up against a different opponent, for 4 quarters basketball? Ultimately, at the end of the day, a win, lose, or draw. You mentioned it's the holidays as well, as you kind of get back in the swing of things after the first year. You go out to Bismarck with 2 quality games out in the capital city. But before then, what do you want to see your team going up against a really good Region 2 opponent here in the Burrows here today?
We stressed today at practice just rebounding and toughness. We got to know where Olsen is. I mean, he works as hard as anybody, and we got to know where he is. Brandt's 6'8", 6'9". Like you said, Dryberg's been there. And they all just go after it. So we got to match that intensity, and I think we're ready to do that. When the game gets going, we'll see. But practice today, it showed that we're ready to play, and I think we'll be competitive tomorrow.
Hey, Kyle, as always, thanks so much for your time. Happy holidays and best of luck here against the Burrows.
All right. Thanks for having us. Thanks for being at the game, and see you down the road.
That again, Kyle Card, head coach of the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers, with a bow on our pregame show after this.
Brother Sales, Highway 9 in Ada invites you to order your new Buick and Chevrolet vehicles from the Silverado, Trailblazers, Traverse, and Enclave. Lee Brothers is your authorized Chevrolet and Buick dealer, providing sales and a service to the area since 1975. For ordering your vehicles, talk with Mitch, Smurf, or Jay. Trust the experts who know your vehicles best and take advantage of great Chevy certified service offers today. Lee Brothers Sales, Highway 9, Ada, 218-784-2000.
Olson Hardware in Hillsboro welcomes you to stop in. You can find all of your hardware needs for all seasons. They do have everything you need to get your home and yard ready for the winter ahead. If you're preparing for your remodeling or other do-it-yourself indoor projects this winter, stop by Olson Hardware, pick up your paints, stains, and all of the other accessories too. If you're in need of a mattress upgrade, stop in and check out the amazing Rest Mattress at Olson Hardware. Olson Hardware can repair your major appliances, refrigerators, freezers, stoves, ovens, washers, dryers, and more. Your full-service hardware store, Olson Hardware, Hillsboro.
Do you need new furniture? You know, real furniture that's comfortable and built to last. Something stylish that you can enjoy watching the games on, entertain friends on, or just relax with the family? Then there's only one place and one person you need to visit. Lee Olfson Furniture Mart in West Fargo. From beds to couches and everything in between, they have the best selection at the best prices and always no interest financing available. Visit with Lee Olfson, Platinum Sales Specialist at Furniture Mart, and don't forget to ask for Lee and get the special Your Live event pricing. Call or text 200-8019 or stop in. Make sure you ask for Lee.
As we continue on our pregame show, join us now with our Coach's Corner from Hillsboro-Central Valley, the Burros. That is Elliot Rotvold here as they tangle with the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers in Fargo here this afternoon. And Elliot, for you guys, and I'm sure like any other team out there, Mother Nature hasn't been kind at particular times where there's been practices or games. So how has the rhythm through 3-4 weeks of basketball trying to get into the 2023 portion here, how have you seen it from your point of view, the weather impact your team, or maybe not so much impact your team this year, Elliot?
Oh yeah, it's definitely impacted things. We just, after we played Kindred that first game, the 13th, Monday the 13th, we basically had a week where we did nothing, and then, really no official practice. I mean, the guys got in the gym a little bit, but that was about it. And then, finally practiced the next Monday, then played Tuesday, practiced Wednesday, played Thursday, then they gave them 4 days off for Christmas. So, I told them, I think it was yesterday when we practiced, got back to practice yesterday. I said, yeah, this is only our 16th practice that we've had. Usually by that time of year, you're looking at 22, 23 practices, and you've got things pretty much rolling and everything that you need in, and then it's just fine tuning things. Well, we're not even close to that at this point, but 2 practices again now, and now a game against Oak Grove. It's tough to, like you said, to find a rhythm, but hopefully after this game, the weather will cooperate and we'll get into a little bit more of a rhythm.
And ironically, it's your third Region 1 game that you're the visitors on the scoreboard here going up against Fargo Oak Grove in the schedule as well. What do you expect to see from Oak Grove, a team that's always scrappy, a team that's got shooters, a team that likes to be up-tempo with Coach Kyle Carr? But what do you expect to see here, Elliot, from your point of view?
Yeah, just like you said, I mean, they've always got good players, good guards. They always put a lot of pressure on you as far as defensively and offensively with their 3-point shooting. It sounds like they're getting to the basket pretty well, taking it to the hole and trying, a lot of dribble drive offense type stuff, similar to Northern Cass, except I think they're just a little bit bigger at the guard spot. So that's going to give us a little bit of trouble there. But yeah, they always compete well, and we got to go to their home gym. That always makes it a little bit tougher. But for us right now, like you said, with the way things have been going, we've really been focusing on what we have to get done at this time of year. Like I told the guys, start, after this nice long break now, starting with Oak Grove tomorrow, the Oak Grove game, and then going after that, we've got, 9 games in January, and there's not a easy game on the schedule, starting, with our Oak Grove game and then going through those 9 games in January. So we got a tough schedule ahead of us. And like I told them, it's exciting to have that kind of schedule, knowing that, you got to show up and compete every night. And it's going to start with Oak Grove, knowing that we got to get out there and compete against them in that game.
And there's some guys we could talk about your whole starting 5 and a couple off the bench here as well, Elliot. But just Jacob Brandt, I know he's going to be a number 1 for a lot of people because he's 6'9", and when he has that spin floater back touch, I just don't know how you defend it with some of those guys. And I'm sure, like you saw against Northern Cass, teams will try to pack the paint on him or double him. So we'll just start there. What does a 6'9" junior bring to the table from your point of view?
Well, he's really come in, he did a lot of work in the offseason, got a lot stronger. I mean, that's what was holding him back. Both his freshman and sophomore year, he just wasn't strong enough to fight against those guys on the inside. And he's really worked hard on that part of his game, along with, getting to the gym, but getting in the weight room as well. And you can tell that this year he's really got a lot of confidence, playing well. He's a good passer from the post. And, it was nice to see that against Northern Cass, them trying to double team him and both him and Landon down low, and our guards having to step up and knock down some shots, because we're probably going to see that quite a bit during the year. But the nice thing with him too is that he runs the floor well. Both him and Landon do. So So having that opportunity with our bigs to get out early and beat that defense down the court, they both know how to do that. And Jacob's, an interesting player in the fact that he's 6'9", but he can also step out and knock down 15 to 20 footers as well. So it gives us a lot of options as far as whether we if we need some outside shooting, we can move him outside and then teams have to play him up there, or we can, put him down in the post and do things down there. But he's been playing well here to start the year and been very unselfish, just like all the guys have. One of the things we've been talking about, and we've really been playing, 7 guys for the most part. So, we've got trying to work on the depth a little bit here during this part of the season, but, Jacob, it starts with him and a couple other guys and having, if we can get between him and Landon and Peter, we've been talking since the beginning of the year, if we can get 45 points out of those 3, most nights we're going to be pretty tough to beat. And we've done that 2 of the 3 games, and against Northern Cass, I think we had 41, but hey, that's how it's going to be. And teams are going to take those guys away.
And I know my next follow-up was going to be about Peter and Landon particularly here, Elliot. Just those 2 guys, I know talking with coaches already, they said Dryberg, it just feels like he's been around for a decade. And then you take a look at Landon, he's a guy that maybe does a lot of dirty work that's maybe not on the rebound sheet, or maybe not on the point category, maybe the old hockey assist, or a guy who gets a backside rebound so his teammate can go in and get the board and get out in transition. What does Landon, what did Peter bring to this year's version of the Burros?
They bring a lot. Landon's, that a little bit undersized post, but he's so good, quick off his feet. He gets that second jump pretty quick, so if he misses that first one, he just stays after it, kind of that junkyard dog mentality. He goes in there and just battles and battles. And, if he gets a shot blocked, he doesn't worry about it. He just keeps on coming at you. And that makes for a tough matchup for people. And he's got that little hang shot in there where he gets up in the air and kind of hangs a little bit longer than the defender. And that gets him, a lot of 3-point plays, conventional ones on the inside. And then Peter, Peter's really, again, another kid that's really gotten into the weight room and gotten stronger. You can see that. And, he's a load for a lot of teams. And, we really need him to, look a little bit more to score at times. He's a little bit hesitant at that, still working on that part of his game. He did a little bit more against Hatton Northwood, our second game. But we got to get him looking to score and take the ball to the basket, because, once he gets going downhill towards the basket, he really draws some defenders. And he's been, Peter's been, since he's been playing for the last couple of years, this third year of really playing a lot, he's been kind of our defensive stopper. We can put him on a guard, we can put him on a bigger kid, and he's got some ability there to guard different positions, and that really gives us a lot of strength as far as on the defensive end is concerned.
Hey, Elliot, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck here against Fargo Oak Grove in this non-region contest.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate all the times you guys show us on TV and getting your live event there. It's great for the fans, especially with the bad weather, being able to watch those games, and it definitely helps out, and it's great to have that.
That again, Elliot Roffold, head coach at Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros, will continue on our pregame show after this.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Final segment here on our Irie Insurance pregame show as we get ready for this non-region contest between the 9th-ranked Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros and the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. Both teams are going to get tested from here on out in the next couple weeks. For the Burros, after tonight, they go on the road to Ada Borup West on January the 6th. They host a Sargent County team then on January the 7th that is receiving votes in the top 10 poll, then hosting Four Winds Minnewacan, which is the #1 team in the state, on January the 13th. On the opposite side for the Grovers, after playing 9th-ranked Hillsboro-Central Valley next Friday and Saturday in Bismarck, they go up against Shiloh Christian, which is ranked 4th in the state, and Dickinson Trinity, which is receiving votes in the state as well. So next couple of ball games for the Grovers and the Burros, they're going to get their opportunity to see what they're made of, whether win or lose, and just kind of feel each other out a little bit. This is just the 4th game of the season for the Burros, just the 3rd game of the season for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. That does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all of your insurance requests, visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. Still to come, the opening tip and the starting lineups brought to you in part by Chris Heisey with American Family Insurance. That's around the corner next on yourliveevent.com.
Hillsboro Lumber welcomes you. As you're working on interior projects, Hillsboro Lumber can help. Hillsboro Lumber has trim, doors, flooring, and all the necessary tools and products to complete your projects. If you're also thinking about larger projects for next spring and summer, let Hillsboro Lumber know of your ideas and they'll help with planning and estimates. Hillsboro Lumber, 701-636-4301.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsboro, Natick, Page, and Castleton. Or view our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
Everyone here at the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts would like to take this time to remind parents to teach their children how to be responsible and stay drug-free. By late elementary, many children know of a classmate who smokes, drinks, or uses drugs. It is never too early to talk to your child about substance abuse. Schools teach kids to say no to drugs, but it's what the parents do that counts the most. This has been Easton Baszler with a message from the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
As we come back here for our starting lineups brought to you in part by our friends at American Family Insurance with Chris Heisey Agency. The Burros are going to go like this. Micah Longthorne, a 6'1 senior guard. Riley Olson, a 5'11 senior as well. Olson hit 2 3-pointers their last time out at Northern Cass. From there, Peter Dryberg, the 6'3 senior guard and forward. You have as well Landon Olson, a 6'2 junior forward, and the 6'9 junior Jacob Brandt here for HCV. Longthorne, Olson, Dryberg, Olson, Brandt here for the Burros at 3 wins and 0 losses on the season. Head coach by Elliot Rotvold. From one side of the court to the other, now for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers at 1-1 on the season. Head coach by Kyle Card in his 15th year at the helm here for Fargo Oak Grove. They'll go like this in 2 games this season. Trayton Hatfield, the 6'5 senior forward, averaging 26 points and 12.5 rebounds. Spencer Schumacher here, the 6' senior guard. Schumacher at 6 feet. Luke Johnson, the 6'4 junior forward. Riley Bockyguard, the 5'11 senior guard, averaging 13 points per contest. And Jonathan Ashe, John Ashe, again, the 6'2 senior forward. So Hatfield, Schumacher, Johnson, Bockyguard, and Ashe. Fargo Oak Grove at 1-1 on the season. And those are our starting lineups brought to you in part by American Family Insurance. Chris Heisey's team is there to help serve and meet your insurance requests from home, auto, commercial, or farm and ranch. Additionally, as residents of your community, they understand how important it is to be there for you. Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance. For more information, go online to chrisheisey.com. Hillsboro-Central Valley and Fargo-Oak Grove in a non-region contest here, as this one's going to be ready to get the opening tap. 4 8-minute quarters, a 35-second shot clock here under Tim Cassette Seed Sales Golden Harvest scoreboard. Chase Miller alongside Jake Watroba. Wishing you and yours a happy holiday season and happy new year as well, as the opening tip is up at 6:09 on a Thursday night, and it's won by Fargo Oak Grove. Clad in white, jumper on the way. Hatfield, three-pointer, tickles a twine to begin this contest off here in Fargo. The Burros clad in that dark gray with blue numerals and lettering outlined in white. Olsen goes down the paint, can't get it to go. Rebound by Hatfield, other end of the floor now. It's Ashe. Ashe will handle the basketball there as they bring it in the front court. Little fake handoff by Schumacher. Baseline jumper on the way off the Morkno. Rebound, though, by Bockyguard. Turnaround jumper. That can't get it to fall. And then a board on the way here for the Burros and Landon Olsen. Other end of the floor. Opportunity here. Jumper. A little Dirk Nowitzki-esque there for Riley Olsen to run the opening 2 points here for the Burros. Fargo Oak Grove, through 2 games, averaging 68 points per game. Defensively, giving up 57. Man defense here by the Burros. Little 2-man game on the interior. Ashe shovel handoff inside the paint for 2 for Schumacher. Ashe, Bockyguard playing that 2-man game there, and then Schumacher gets the rewarded 2 points. Olsen the other way. 15-footer's going to be off the mark. Backside rebound by Brent. Got it to go. Jacob Brandt with his opening 2 points, and we have a little shoe tire change, if you will, on the left-hand side. There is riling up the shoelaces Bockyguard. The Burros averaging through 3 contests, 70 points per game offensively. Defensively, a stingy 47 is what HCV's given up through 3 games. Going hard down the paint. Right-handed finger roll layup at the 10 for Riley Bockyguard here. Back and forth we go early with some scoring. Ripping it through his long. Thorne takes a hard dribble down the paint. Can't get it to go. Brandt, though, put back for 2. Back-to-back for possessions for the 6'9 junior Brandt with the putback and the offensive rebound here. The Grovers handle it the other end of the floor as they pop a pass back up top. Handoff now to Hatfield. Hatfield getting guarded there by Peter Dryberg, the 6'3 senior. Asking for a little pressure is going to be Luke Johnson on this man defense. Back to Hatfield, try to get a 3-point shot off. Dryberg there battling him. Hatfield goes down the paint, lost it, and they're going to have a turnover. Working with it the other way is Brandt. Brandt, little hesitation, gets to the baseline, and he tickles a twine. Brandt with 6 of the 8 points here for the Burros as HCV takes their first lead of the contest here on our Tim Cassette Seed Sales Golden Harvest scoreboard. Near sideline is Schumacher with the basketball coming across the paint. Bockyguard. Bockyguard spins on a dime on the left block for 2. The offense is flowing here tonight as the Grovers will continue in this man defense. Ball gets skipped, left-hand side, spot him up, shoot it. Longthorn shot's going to be off the mark, and Hatfield collects his second rebound. Trenton Hatfield has a chance to go coast to coast in the paint. That one rattles in for 2. Hatfield now with 5 points here for the Grovers, who are up by 3. The Burros will handle the basketball here as this one goes left-hand side, high post touch. Olsen kick out Longthorn now to the baseline to Brandt. Brandt getting guarded there by Spencer Schumacher. Ball gets skipped across the paint. Longthorn comes down with it. He'll go down the paint, throws it up, and Longthorn will be rewarded with 2 free throws. Kyle Card said in our pregame show that we'll see a little bit different variations of defense here against the size of Hillsboro-Central Valley. Luke Johnson picks up his first and the team's first as Longthorn goes to the free throw line. There was the winning opportunity so far for the Burros, scoring 77, 66, and 68 points so far in their wins, but the free throw line was a bugaboo against Northern Cass, where HCV just went 3 of 13 from the free throw line, and they miss their first free throw of the night. Second free throw attempt for Longthorn. That one gets in the scoring column now for the Burros with 3 different players in the scoring column. Grover's up by 2 with the rock in the front court. Schumacher gives it to Hatfield. Hatfield going to go hard down the paint. Little shovel pass inside. The runaround jumper off the mark by Luke Johnson. And the 3rd rebound here for Brandt in the opening quarter. Ball gets skipped. Olsen is open with it at the left wing as they're packing in the paint when they can. Brent going hard down the left baseline. Shots off the mark, but he fouls his own shot, and he picks up a foul here on the Grovers. That'll be the second team foul on Fargo Oak Grove. This will be Ashe, his first, and the team's second. So far, a stat to keep in mind is the second chance opportunities, and well, the Burros take full advantage there. Right baseline three-pointer by Peter Dryberg gives the Burros a 1-point edge. Other end of the floor, left-handed scoop shot layup off the mark, no good. On the miss there by Bockyguard, rebound by Riley Olsen. Other end of the floor, right pocket three again. That's going to be off the front iron by Dryberg. Here comes Hatfield. Hatfield looking to go hard down the paint, and there's going to be an offensive charge. Riley Olsen got in front of the semicircle, and then we have a technical foul as well. Hatfield's going to pick up the foul here. That'll be his first and the team's third, and then we have a technical foul as well after the play. So that's going to be to Fargo Oak Grove. So you have the offensive charge, give Riley Olsen able to get there defensively, and then afterwards Chris Heisey, one of our three officials, came across and saw that Hatfield said something as well, and there was the technical foul. So 2 fouls now on Hatfield, and this will be Hillsboro-Central Valley will go to the free throw line with an opportunity to take advantage here with Brandt. Free throw attempt number 1 is good. Second free throw attempts upcoming, and that's good as well. So Brandt now with 8. Technical foul here is checking out will be Hatfield. Checking in will be John DeYoung, or excuse me, Andrew Green, the 6-foot senior forward. So the Burros able to get a couple of points there at the free throw line as well. And now the Grovers will continue here in this little junk defense where it's more of a box and 1 and possibly even a triangle and 2 at times. The 1 is Brad, and the shot's going to be off the mark. Rebound coming here for Hatfield as Spencer Schumacher goes to the sidelines here. Andrew Green, 15-footer, left baseline off the bench here for the senior. Gets in the scoring column, and the Grovers are back within 1. Other end of the floor, this goes to the baseline here. Ball gets skipped, and Hatfield will come down with it. Hatfield with the right-handed layup. So Hatfield now with 7 here for Fargo Oak Grove. Riley Olsen bounce pass right-hand side. Brandt asking for it on the baseline. Ball gets skipped to the top of the key to Dryberg. Dryberg kick now to Olsen at the left wing. Olsen will handle it there. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Ball goes to the right short corner inside. Landon Olsen here. Double team comes now to Brandt. Right wing rises, shoots. Three-pointer off the left iron. And a rebound to Luke Johnson here for the Grovers. In the front court, bounce pass by Bockyguard. Stolen away by Olsen. Second turnover here for the Grovers. Ball goes the other end of the floor. Left pocket 3 on the way for the lead for Brandt. That's going to be off the iron. And a rebound to Andrew Green. Grovers will slow it up, something we don't say too often for a Coach Card team. Hatfield with the shot fake goes down the paint, and there's a foul here before the shot. This one will be on Peter Dryberg, his first, and the team's first here for Hillsboro-Central Valley. 2:25 left to play in the opening quarter. Back and forth, and a really good contest so far between two teams that they both believe, hey, they got a chance to win their respective region. Fargo Oak Grove out of Region 1, Hillsboro-Central Valley out of Region 2. Stiff competition in both. Jumper is going to be in there for 2 from the right baseline by Bockyguard. He's got 6. Ball to the baseline here. Jumper by Brandt. That's going to be off the mark, and a rebound to Luke Johnson, but tapped out, and then it's going to be 1 here by Dryberg. Ball gets skipped. Now in the hands of Brandt. Brandt will look for a teammate, finds one right-hand side, and Mitzel off the bench here for the Burros. Quick pass to Dryberg, left wing 3 on the way, got it to go. Dryberg with his second triple of the quarter, and we're knotted at 17 apiece. Ball goes right wing. Grovers will handle it there. Man defense continues by the Burros. We've seen them switch at time or two depending on the matchup. This one goes to Green on the near sideline looking for the backdoor cut. Nothing there. Open top of the key 3. Luke Swenson. That one rattles out, and a rebound here to Dylan Mitzel. Other end of the floor now, Olsen. Olsen to the baseline. Dryberg open again. Left pocket. Shoot it and drop it. Peter Dryberg now with 9. It's a 3-point frenzy here for Dryberg. He's got 3 from beyond the arc in the opening 6.5 minutes. Bockyguard back up top, looking back door on the flex cut. Here as they go underneath to Ashe. Ashe on the interior, little shovel handoff. Bockyguard, 10-foot footer, got it to go. Bockyguard a stat stuffer as well right now. 8 points in the quarter. He averages 13 a game. Dryberg, left wing, takes a couple of dribbles. Cross-court skip other way. Three-pointer, got it to go. Dylan Mitzel with the triple, and he's got 4. Kyle Card on the pass from Dryberg, wanted an offensive charge on Dryberg. Nothing was granted. Grovers will handle it near sideline here. Now back up top to Bockyguard. Bockyguard taking a couple dribbles, 10-footer, and count it with the end one. Bockyguard in double digits with 10. The foul coming on Riley Olson. That'll be his first and the team's second. Substitution will be Spencer Schumacher for the Grovers. Also in is the other number 5, but from Hillsboro-Central Valley, and Carter Limke. As the Grovers looking for the good old-fashioned three-point play, and they got it with Bockyguard now with 11 of the Grovers' 22 points. Other end of the floor here, left wing jumper, Dryberg, and he's feeling it! Peter Dryberg, have yourself a quarter. His 4th made triple, and he's got 3 of them from the left pocket. The Grovers bringing the front court here. Oak Grove can take the final shot of the quarter, where if you've wanted defense, you've came to the wrong game, at least in the opening 8 minutes. It's been a flurry of shots. Bockyguard, top of the key. Can't get that one to go. Rebound to Limke here. Limke tries to get a pass off. Does Olson, unable to beat the buzzer. And that's how we'll end our very entertaining quarter on our Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. It's 9th ranked, the Burros, up by 4 over the Grovers.
As an American Family agent, I look out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Chris Heisey. Visit me online at chrisheisey.com. These days, everyone wants to save money. I can show you how easy it is by having multiple policies. By combining your auto and homeowner's insurance, I can put some change back into your pocket. My website again is chrisheisey.com. I want to be your American Family agent.
American Family Insurance.
Whether it's dropping temps, freezing rain, or blowing snow, the city of Hillsboro is prepared, and they ask you to do your part too. Keep a flashlight and fresh batteries on hand, non-perishable food, and plenty of water. Plus, have your neighbors' phone numbers handy to check in on them when weather takes a turn. And when it does, the city of Hillsboro is a neighbor you can count on too. Together, we power on.
Chase Miller, Jake Watroba with you here after 1 quarter of play. Fargo Oak Grove trails it by 4. The Grovers led by Riley Bockyguard with 11 points in the quarter, while Hillsboro-Central Valley led by the 4 threes of Peter Dryberg. Dryberg has 12 points to lead the Burros here in the opening stanza as we get ready for the second quarter of play here on yourliveevent.com. Right pocket 3, and it's another triple here for the Burros. The second now by Mitzel. HCV has 6 threes in the opening 8 minutes and change. Other side, spinning, shooting, and scoring is Jonathan Ashe. Ashe with his first bucket, a hard-earned bucket at that here for Fargo Oak Grove. Dryberg left wing here. Dryberg will skip it right-hand side to the baseline. Riley Olson back to Mitzel on the interiors. Brant Hang shoot the 6'9", baseline, make it paint floater. Got it to go for 2. Brant in double digits with 10. It is a flurry of scoring here for both teams, for the Grovers and the Burros. This one coming hard on the inside, and there's a foul. Good cut there by Luke Johnson. You either have Brant or it's going to be on Limke, and they'll call Limke with the foul. His first, team's third. 2 shots coming here for Luke Johnson on the season. 2 of 4 from the free throw line for Johnson at the line here for Oak Grove. First of 2 on the way. That one rattles out. The Grovers now 1 of 2 from the stripe here in this contest. Second free throw attempt to try to make it a 2-possession game here for Luke Johnson. Came in averaging 6.5 points and 9 rebounds per contest here for Coach Card, and gets the first free throw attempt, and we'll have a quick substitution as Hatfield returns with 7 points. As this one will go to the left-hand side. Olsen now in the front court here. Ball goes to the right wing to Brandt. Brandt will handle it back up top for HCV. Now to the right wing with Dylan Mitzel. Mitzel pass inside. Limke, shot can't get it to go, and a board to Spencer Schumacher, and Limke will get called for the foul. That'll be Carter's second and the team's fourth. So the Burrows will make a substitution here as Landon Olsen will come into the contest now, as you're going to have Dryberg, Olsen, Brandt, Riley Olsen on the floor, as well with Dylan Mitzel. The Burrows pretty much have gone 7-man rotation throughout the majority of a game. Jumper on the way by Hatfield just inside the three-point line. Can't get it to go. Rebound underneath by Green. Nice bounce pass that splits a pair of Burrows to Luke Swenson. Green with this second rebound and a nice assist to boot. Dryberg, why not shoot it again off the front iron? He already made 4 of them here today. Hatfield no look past the other end of the floor. Put back here's no good after the miss by Schumacher. Hatfield, though, now with 9 points and 5 rebounds, and the Grovers are back within 2. HCV left-hand side with Mitz on the interior. That goes to Brad. Shots off the mark. Really nice rebound by Ashe. Ashe at the other end of the floor finds it with Green on the baseline. Green rips it through here. Finds a teammate right of the key. 3 on the way. Splashes it in. Luke Swenson with the triple, and the Grovers are up by 1. Other end of the floor for the Burrows. Brandt wants the answer. 3! And he got it. Brandt with his first triple. He's got 13 on the night, and the Burrows are back up by 2. Jumper, left wing, answer! This one finds the bottom of the net with Hatfield with 12 points. Other end of the floor here for the Burrows, and we got a steal. Oak Grove with the basketball as they go down the other paint and count it for the end one. Dylan Mitzel gets called for the foul, the left-handed and one opportunity now for Hatfield. 7 in each quarter and a chance to get to 15 in the contest here at the good old-fashioned three-point play. Oak Grove will make a substitution here as Bockyguard comes back onto the floor. Andrew Green will sub out, and Fargo Oak Grove will be at the free throw line with Hatfield. Hatfield misses that one. Ball tapped out off of who, and they'll say off of Grover here in Luke Swenson. In 2 games, Hatfield is averaging 26 against a 16-point loss against number 1 Four Winds Milwaukee, and then a 23-point win at Hankinson their last time out on December the 20th. Burrows, a triple would tie, a 2-pointer to cut into this deficit, but instead the Grovers want to steal. Hatfield has it as he goes the other end as he finds himself underneath the rim and trying to invent a shot. Ball goes out of play, and it'll stay with Fargo Oak Grove. And we'll have asking to double check here just to make sure from a shot clock just to see where the shot clock is right now. And they're going to put 31 seconds on the shot clock after it was stolen, then went underneath, and then tapped out of bounds with no possession, as it never was able to get to the rim, they'll say. So they'll take 4 seconds off the shot clock here, and the Grovers will handle the basketball. Fargo Oak Grove, this one will be at the top of the key. Ripping it through, losing it for a moment. It's going to be Brandt, and Brandt will work with it the other way now for Hillsboro-Central Valley. Brandt left wing to the baseline here, as this one is going to go on the skip. Right-hand side open, Mitzel right of the key. 3-pointer, that's going to be off the mark, and ball will go out of play, and this will be a foul with Brandt. Jacob Brandt here will pick up the foul. That'll be his first. And the team's 6th foul here on the Burrows. Fargo Oak Grove so far with 3. Luke Johnson will check into the game as Luke Swenson will come out. Coming up on our halftime show, we'll take a look at the first half numbers, recap what happened early in the day, and let you know what's coming up on your live event. Halftime brought to you in part by our friends at First Class Mortgage. Go to firstclasscorp.com for more information. Nice backdoor find, and the right-handed underneath scoop by Hatfield. Couldn't get it to go, and a rebound underneath coming down to Brandt, his 5th of the contest. Dryberg in the front court right now. Dryberg looking for a teammate. Ball gets skipped to Olsen, bounce past Brandt. There comes a double team. Brandt with the power dribble and the power slam. Brent with 15 points on the afternoon, an early evening, if you will, here in Fargo. Other end of the floor, right-handed layup for two, and the answer to Spencer Schumacher. A two-man game, and Schumacher now with 4. Other end of the floor, there goes Mitzel. Mitzel uses that dribble. Ball gets turned over here. Hatfield with it. Spot up, a deep 2 on the way off the front iron, and a rebound coming down to Brandt. Other end of the floor here for HCV, and we still have over 3 minutes to play in a very entertaining opening half. Olsen double-teamed. Olsen trying to save it. Hatfield gets the steal as both hit the deck and look to be all right. Ashe driving kick. Bockygaard on the baseline. Bockygaard will step through and get a foul here on Dryberg, and Dryberg will pick up his second, team 7th. Bockygaard will go to the free throw line where he's got 11 points so far here in this contest. Andrew Green set to come in to the game after the free throw here by Riley. But both teams again feel like they got what it takes to make a run in their respective region. Latest poll in the state of North Dakota, Central Cass out of Region 1 was second. Sargent County receiving votes. Out of Region 2, you had number 6 Grafton, number 7 Thompson, number 9 HCV, and number 10 North Border. That's just out of Region 2. Free throw attempt number 2 is off the mark. Rebound coming down to Mitzel here. He's got his second board. A couple threes to boot as well here from Mitzel. Burrows down by 4. A little shovel pass to Olsen. Might have got partially blocked on the way up, but it still goes through the net. Landon Olsen with his first field goal of the game, and a timeout on the floor will break as well. 3:06 left to play in the first half. Grover's up by 2.
Nedham at Nedham Seeds Caledonia for LCS wheat seed varieties, Trigger Cannon, and 2 new varieties named Buster and Dual. Call Rocky Nedham, Nedham Seeds Caledonia. They also have proven wheat seed SY Velda from AgriPro. Your local Pioneer dealer, Rocky Nedham, Nedham Seeds Caledonia, with corn, soybean, sunflower, and alfalfa seed for your farm, and Seedex sugar beet seeds. Call Rocky 701-430-1149, Nedham Seeds Caledonia.
Goose River Heating and Cooling Hillsboro, serving the Hillsboro and surrounding communities, ready to provide you with service work to existing and new customers. Whether Corey and the crew installed your heating and cooling system or not, they're ready to assist you with your service concerns. And if it's time to update your heating and cooling systems, whether it's your home, farm shop, a cabin, or office building, give Corey and the crew at Goose River Heating and Cooling a call. 701-430-1990. That's Goose River Heating and Cooling, Hillsboro, serving the Hillsboro area and surrounding communities.
First time out taken by either team here. Fargo Oak Grove leads it by 2. Chase Miller, Jake Wetruba with you here on your liveevent.com. Happy early New Year as we get ready for the New Year's Eve weekend. Some games earlier today in Class A. Red River over Davies in girls basketball with Joel Morgan here on yourliveevent.com. A battle of 2 top 5 ranked teams. The Rough Riders won by 9. On the boys contest, Davies won at Red River by 1. Also a battle of top 5 ranked teams that in Class A. Bockygaard dribble pullback, can't get it to go. Brandt with the rebound, his 7th, working on a double-double, 15 points and 7 rebounds for the 6'9 junior. Ball goes left-hand side now to Michael Longthorne. Skipped across the paint to the right wing to Dryberg. Dryberg crow hop, and there's going to be an offensive charge. On the player control foul here for Dryberg. Taking the charges, Andrew Green. And Dryberg will pick up his 3rd foul, and that'll be the team's 8th as Dryberg will sit out, and coming in will be Riley Olsen here for the Burros. Tough one there for HCV. Dryberg also played with foul trouble against Northern Castor last time out a week ago today in Hunter. Ball to Green in the front court here as he got bodies hitting the floor. Now the top of the key, this one to Johnson. Swenson will handle it. Back to Johnson now, left wing triple on the way. That one's going to be off the mark, out of play, and 2, Hillsboro-Central Valley. Burrows so far led by Brandt, and then the 3-pointer by Dryberg, and the officials will say that it was tipped out of play as it will stay now with Fargo Oak Grove. So the shot clock will have to reset here as it's currently at 35. Elliot Raffel doesn't like that call there off the tip, as it will be 15 seconds on the shot clock, and the Grovers will get a second crack at it. Fargo Oak Grove goes to the baseline here. Bockyguard, his shot gets blocked. Good defense by Mitzel as Longthorn will handle it, but Longthorn has his pocket picked. Longthorn trying to get the ball back. Bounce pass across the paint to Green, and count it for the end one. Andrew Green give Luke Johnson the assist, and Green now with 4, a chance to make it 5, as that's foul number 9 against the Burros and the first against Landon Olson. Green in this contest with 4 points here. Balanced effort for Kyle Card's club in the second quarter, and Green finishes with the end one. 7 different players in this quarter have scored for the Grovers. Ball on the baseline to Longthorn. High post touch to Brandt. Back to Olson. Around the horn now to Mitzel. Little zone defense, a 1-3 looking to trap the Grovers at times. Longthorn goes down the paint and gets the end one as Green was in the semicircle here. Andrew Green will pick up the block, his first, team's 4th, and they'll count the bucket here as it'll be the and one opportunity for Hillsboro-Central Valley. So Longthorn gets the and one. He's got 3 points and a chance to make it 4. That's the right call. Trying to get the charge again was Green, but just inside the semicircle. So Longthorn will go to the free throw line for an and one opportunity. Burros led by 4 after 1 quarter of play, 26-22, and it's been the Grovers that have had the answer now in the next 8 minutes of play so far. Free throw attempt for Longthorn off the mark. Green has played some valuable minutes right now off the bench for Coach Kyle Card and been a Mr. Do Everything here for the Grovers. Green with the basketball, the left wing. Free throw line extended. Takes a couple of dribbles, hands it off now to Johnson. Johnson to Swenson on the short corner. Ashe looking to dribble, kick. Bockyguard, three-pointer off the mark. Rebound to Green, and Green was at the right spot at the right time, and he'll be rewarded with free throws. Landon Olson with the hand check, his second, team's 10th, and Green goes to the free throw line. Burrows again with Dryberg with 3 fouls on the bench. As we'll have the chance here for Andrew Green at the free throw line. First of 2 on the way, got it to go. Green with 6 points. Grover's up by 4. Neither team has led by double digits here today. It's been back and forth, nip and tuck for the majority of this first half. Free throw attempt number 2 by Green. Got it to go. Green 3 of 3 from the free throw line. The Grovers in this quarter, well, so far they've been able to hit 5 of 8 from the charity stripe. Riley Olson to Longthorn around the horn. Being active at the top was Luke Johnson on that 1-3 zone, but can't get the left-handed layup to go. Rebound by Longthorn. Lost it for a moment. Now in the hands of Mitzel. Olson baseline. Brandt right short corner. Gets fouled and counted. Brandt was 17 on the night. Foul coming across here. This will be on Ashe, his second, team's 5th. Brandt again with 17 in this contest. Andrew Green will check out for the Grovers. Go on the other end of the floor now for HCV. Caleb Hattlestead, the 6'2 senior forward, will come in with under a minute left to play here in the opening half. Free throw attempts on the way for HCV, and Brandt can't get it to go. Hattlestead's shot's going to be out of play, and last touch here by the Burros. Fargo Oak Grove here can play a 2-for-1 opportunity if they want before the shot clock and the game clock gets down to 35 seconds, that is. Playing a little 2-man game on the inside. Ashe across the paint to Swenson, and he gets fouled. Hattlestead will pick up his first. Nice ball movement there. They spread you out. They open up an opportunity on the pick and roll, and the extra pass will get Luke Swenson to the free throw line to shoot 2. Luke 2 of 5 from the charity stripe so far here this season, as the Grovers will be at the stripe. And first free throw attempt is off the mark. Second free throw attempt here on the way for Fargo Oak Grove. The 6'3 junior forward here was Swenson. Trying to make it a 2-possession game, unable to do so. Rebound coming down to Mitzel. Now it's the Burros with a chance offensively to tie or get back within 1. Wilson left wing with the basketball. Spot up, shoot it. 15-footer got it to go. Riley with the second made field goal. He's got 4, and the Grovers can now hold for the final shot here of this opening half. The Burros came in averaging 70 per contest through 3 games. Oak Grove 68.5 through 2, and while they're on pace to shatter both of those. Right-hand side here comes for Fargo Oak Grove with Bockygaard to the top here for Oak Grove. Now to Green into single digits. Bockygaard will handle the traveling violation as he just had the 1-2 step turnover here on Fargo Oak Grove. As Hillsboro-Central Valley will inbound the basketball, and a bucket here to try to get the lead back. Olsen tiptoes the far side, gets the ball right back here on a scrum. Now to Brett, gets a shot up before the buzzer and got it to go. And that's how we'll end a very back and forth opening half on our Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. It's 9th-ranked Hillsboro-Central Valley up by 1 over the hometown Grovers on YourLiveEvent.com.
We built Irie Insurance with one philosophy: hire great people and provide great service and options. We want to help protect your home, farm, crops, personal, and your businesses. Hello, this is Shane with Irie Insurance, and since day one, we have followed this golden rule to help protect you. That's why we have so many locations like West Fargo, Devils Lake, Hope, Hillsboro, Mackville, and Towner. To find out more about Irie Insurance, go to IrieInsurance.com. Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity employer and provider.
Growers, here at Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, we are your water management contractors. We can help you with tile drainage plans, surface drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad at 701-430-0182 to get your water problems solved. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. 701-430-0182, helping farmers grow.
Take a good look at Hillsboro. You probably know that the people are friendly, and you know about the quality of healthcare available at Sanford Medical Center. Maybe you've been to the Hillsboro Sports Complex to cheer on the Burros. Look at the businesses on Hillsboro's Main Street. The Hillsboro Economic Development Corporation provides financial help to local child care providers, and they're interested in supporting local businesses. For more information, contact the Hillsboro Economic Development Corporation at growhillsborond.com.
Trail District Health Unit is here to provide you with health and wellness services, including health education, blood sugar and hemoglobin screenings, blood pressure checks, vaccinations, free COVID home tests, vision and hearing screenings, home care visits, limited-term medical equipment, and more. Contact Trail District Health for information about childhood or adult immunizations and where you can get them. Call Trail District Health Unit at 701-636-4434. Trail District Health is here to prevent, promote, and protect.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
It's our halftime show brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage. First Class is more than just their company name. It's the way they do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. That again is firstclasscorp.com for Dan and company today at First Class Mortgage. Chase Miller, Jake Wetruba with you here at the half. Here's a look at the first half numbers. 26 points for Hillsboro-Central Valley in the first 8 minutes, then 20 in the second. For Fargo Oak Grove, 22 in the first quarter and 23 in the second. 7 players in the scoring column for the Grovers with 3 made threes, 6 of 11 from the foul line for Oak Grove. On the opposite side, Hillsboro-Central Valley with 6 players in the scoring column, 7 threes, 3 of 6 from the charity stripe. The Burros led by the 19 points of Jacob Brandt and 7 rebounds. 12 points, all from beyond the arc in the first quarter. Peter Dryberg with 4 threes for HCV. Mitzel with a pair of threes off the bench with 6. Riley Olsen with 4 points, 3 points by Micah Longthorne, and 2 points by Landon Olsen here for the Burros. Peter Dryberg with 3 fouls, Landon Olsen with 2, and then Limke with 2 as well for HCV. For Fargo Oak Grove, they're led by the 14 points of Trey Hatfield, 7 points in each quarter, 12 points by Riley Bockyguard, who's 2 of 3 from the free throw line. From there off the bench, Andrew Green, 7 points, 3 of 3 from the charity stripe, 5 points then by Luke Swenson with a made triple. 4 points for Spencer Schumacher, 2 by Ashe, and 1 by Johnson here for Fargo Oak Grove. The Grovers 1-2 combination of Hatfield and Bockyguard have combined for 26, while for Hillsboro-Central Valley, Brandt and Dryberg have combined for 31. At the half, brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage, HCV is up by 1. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at games coming up for both teams and more. That's all still to come on our First Class Mortgage Halftime Report.
For all your fresh floral needs, rely on 3R Floral on Main Street in Hillsboro. If you have an upcoming wedding or special event, contact 3R Floral to help with your floral needs for the occasion. Call 3R Floral at 701-636-2000. You can also find gift ideas for all occasions. Check out the new decor to spruce up your home and office for the new year at 3R Floral. And don't forget about Hillsboro Gifts, featuring Borough apparel for all Borough fans. Check out the 3R Floral Facebook page to see some great gifts available. If you can dream it, we can do it at 3R Floral in Hillsboro.
H509. If you are already a member, thank you. If you are not a member, we would love to invite you to join Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars. As we come into the season of giving, we remind you every graduating student who applies will receive at least one scholarship through Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars. So we can continue this amazing program, please consider a gift this season to Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars. Visit H509 Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars website or Facebook page for more information.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
The Halstead Living Center, Heritage House in Halstead, and the Normandy in Twin Valley present an atmosphere that is calm and comfortable. Whether you're in need of a short-term or long-term care stay, they offer a variety of first-rate services with a tailored plan to exceed your expectations at any level of care, including senior living with services, skilled nursing care, rehabilitation care, respite, hospice, or adult daycare. Get more information by going to halsteadlivingcenter.com or call 218-456-2105.
Wilf Dagelman started Dagelman Industries 60 years ago with one thing in mind. He wanted to make products that had a true impact on the farm. The foundation of Dagelman remains the same today. Build simple, heavy, reliable equipment that will last for generations. We choose to innovate rather than imitate and work hard to remain an industry leader. Wilf truly said it best. Build it right, build it heavy, and build it to last from top to bottom. If you're interested in joining our team, visit Dagelman.com to view our openings.
Taking a look at what's coming up again for both teams moving forward. For Hillsboro-Central Valley, after today, they will play back-to-back games on January 6th and January the 7th right here on YourLiveEvent.com. January the 6th at Ada Borup West in Ada. January the 7th hosting Sargent County in a rescheduled game that was supposed to happen earlier this month, but thanks to Mother Nature, that was postponed to January the 7th. On the opposite side, for Fargo Oak Grove, they will play at Shiloh Christian on Friday, January the 6th, then go up against Dickinson Trinity on Saturday, January the 7th at Shiloh for 2 games against 2 good opponents as well. Oak Grove 1-1 on the season. Hillsboro-Central Valley 3-0 with wins over Kindred, Hatton Northwood, and Northern Cass. Oak Grove, their 1 loss to Four Winds Minnewacan, their 1 win to the Hankinson Pirates. First half of play, Jacob Brandt led the way for the Burros with 19. Grovers led by Trey Hatfield with 14 points. That does it for our First Class Mortgage halftime show. First Class Mortgage First-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. We're back with second-half action next on your live event.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Chase Miller with you here from Fargo Oak Grove alongside Jake Watroba. Thank you very much for tuning in. For more information for upcoming games here throughout later tonight, Central Cass at Lisbon with Brent Dick just after the 7 o'clock hour for a Region 1 contest, or coming up the Barnes County Boys Basketball Tournament and more after the first of the year. Go to yourliveevent.com or simply subscribe on our YouTube page by searching Your Live Event. The Burros coming out in the second half here with a little zone defense against the Grovers. Backyard open, right wing, he'll shoot the three off the iron, no good, and a backside rebound by Dryberg as he's playing the second half to start with those three personal fouls here for the Burros. HCV with those dark gray uniforms of Burros across the front in blue. Trip on the way by Riley Olson is going to be off the mark, and a rebound coming down to the Grovers here, and then a turnover. Other end of the floor goes Brandt, got it to go. Brandt now with 21 on the night. Other end of the floor here for the Grovers, going hard down the paint. Little hip check, and we'll have a foul here on HCV. And this one will go on Landon Olson. That'll be his third and the team's first. So now Dryberg has two and make it three. Landon has three as well. Inbounds and a fresh 35 for the Grovers. Coming off the staggered screen was Hatfield. They give it on the inside. Now back to Hatfield. Top of the key three. That one rattles in and out. No good. Rebound underneath by Ashe. Put back. No. A second chance. Yes. Luke Johnson. Third time the charm from the left block. The Grovers are back within one. Hillsboro in the front court here with Micah Longthorne against this trapping 1-3-1 here by the Grovers. Burrows with their original starting five with Longthorne, Riley Olson, Peter Dryberg, Landon Olson, and Jacob Brandt on the floor. And the same can be said for the Grovers with Hatfield, Schumacher, Johnson, Backyard, and Ashe. Left pocket three off the mark. No, Brandt with the rebound, and I'll say he didn't have the position on Ashe, who had the better position, and that'll be a foul here on Brandt, his second, team's second. Burrows 17-7 last season, while the Grovers went 11-13. Oak Grove in the front court now will handle the rock. Right wing, Frank throw line extended. They get the ball back. High post touch here by Johnson. Around the horn now to Hatfield. Hatfield with the up and under for two. Hatfield with a sweet 16. Olson backcourt. They bring in the front now to Brandt. Pops it to Longthorne here. Longthorne at the left wing, and a bounce pass that goes right between Olson and Dryberg, and a turnover here on the Burros. (49-48) after one quarter play was a 4-point lead for Hillsboro-Central Valley. After one half of play, it was a 1-point lead for the Burros. What are we going to get after three quarters? Top of the key, looking on the Flex cut, nothing. Now back to Ashe. Forces a pass on the inside. Second turnover of the half. Other end of the floor goes Longthorn. Right-handed finger roll layup off the iron and a rebound to Bockyguard. Oak Grove works with it in transition. Hatfield will handle it. Leaves a pass left-hand side to Luke Johnson. Back to Hatfield. And, well, miscommunication there by the Grovers and a turnover now for Fargo Oak Grove. Kyle Card and Elliot Rottvold, two teams that have had a program for quite some time. Kyle Karn, 15 years here with the Grovers. Hillsboro-Central Valley. Elliot Rottvold, 11th as a head coach of the co-op, 26 years in the program. So there's continuity throughout for both of these teams, and part of the reason why every year you expect them to make a run in their region. And it helps when you got players like this, with Jacob Brandt now with 23 points to lead the floor for the Burros. Other end of the floor goes Fargo Oak Grove. High off the mark, no good there by Bockyguard. Ball gets tapped out, and that's in the hands of Dryberg, and the Burros want to add on to their lead here. Near sideline, Riley Olson, spot up, shoot it off the iron, no. Rebound coming to Luke Johnson, and there's a foul here on Landon Olson. And that's going to be his fourth. So Landon will pick up his fourth, team's third. Substitution here for Coach Rottvold as Dylan Mitzel will check into the game now. And some valuable chess pieces, picking up some fouls here with Dryberg with 3 and Landon Olson with 4 here for Hillsboro-Central Valley. In the front court now, ball goes right-hand side, shooting on the way. Hatfield, and he finds the bottom of the net. Hatfield now with 19 in the game. That's his third made 3, and he's got 1 in every quarter. Grover's up by 2 on our Tim Kazet Sales scoreboard as they're looking to trap everywhere on the floor. That one gets batted out of bounds by Ashe. Fargo Oak Grove, some size at 6'4", 6'3", 6'2" and company, but they don't got a 6'9" frame like Brandt. Dryberg at 6'3" here for the Burros as well. Dryberg, right pocket 3 on the way. That one's going to be off the mark, and a rebound here to Hatfield. Hatfield in transition, goes behind the back to the baseline here. Trey leaves it now to Bockyguard. Bockyguard left elbow, 14-footer off the front iron, and a rebound by Mitzel. Good board underneath by Dillon. Other end here for Riley Olson in the front court. Leaves it for Dryberg here on the baseline. Ball gets skipped across, and Ashe taps the ball out of play as he hits Micah Longthorn, as both look to be all right, as Andrew Green will check into the game for Spencer Schumacher here. And Hillsboro-Central Valley will handle it now in the backcourt as they bring it up with Mitzel. Ball on the baseline here to Longthorn. Left short corner to Brandt. Hangs, shoot, and scores. Jacob Brandt with 6 points in the quarter, 25 in the contest, and we're tied at 52 apiece. Fargo Oak Grove will handle it the other end of the floor. Jumper on the way by Ashe, left elbow, no. Ball tapped out to Longthorn for the Burros, who are looking to regain the advantage here at the bucket. Longthorn to Brandt, trailing. Brandt goes to the paint. Hangs, shoots, and kisses one off the window for 2. Brandt with his 4th field goal of the quarter. Other end, Hatfield trying to get the answer 3, unable to do so, and Olson will collect a defensive rebound. Now for the Burros. They'll slow it up with Mitzel in the front court. Back to Olson. Baseline open. Longthorn left pocket 3 on the way. Off the back tab. Long rebound, though, to Riley Olson. Olson, a floater from 15. The knuckler got it to go. Second chance opportunities for the Burros. That one didn't have much rotation on it, but hit perfectly here for Olson. Ball on the baseline now. Johnson looking on the interior for Ashe, and then there's a reach and foul here on John. So Ashe will pick up the foul. Timeout on the floor. We'll break with him. Timeout brought to you in part by Kyle Card in Fargo Oak Grove, trailing it by 4. If you missed any of our action from earlier today and games throughout the season, you can do so by going to yourliveevent.com for games on demand. Go to our YouTube page, Good conversation with the Your Live Event Coaches Show, talking a little bit of everything with Mark Riggs, with talking officials and just terms of what it takes to be a high school, college official. If you're looking to be part of it, some stories with Mark. Also, Tom Mix with the North Dakota High School Activities Association, recapping the season that was in North Dakota athletics in 2022, and also talking the Barnes County Boys Basketball Tournament with Calvin Kraft and more on the Your Live Event Coaches Show. Longthorn was fouled in the act of shooting, and that might be 3. Andrew Green will pick up the foul, his second, and that'll be the team's first. And it will be 3 here for Longthorn. Longthorn so far 1 of 3 from the free throw line here tonight. 3 points in the game. Longthorn misses the first. HCV now 3 of 7 from the charity stripe, but they lead it by 4, thanks in part to a flurry of scoring from Jacob Brandt here in this third quarter. Free throw attempts for Longthorn. The second got it to go. And Longthorn will try to get to 5 points now on the night with a made free throw. Substitution here coming in will be Luke Johnson. Checking out will be Ashe. Third free throw attempt here for Longthorn on this possession. Off the back of the rim and a box underneath by Luke Swenson. So the Burros get their lead up to 5. A 5-0 run right now for HCV as well. Double team on Hatfield. He's going to throw the shot up. He gets hit. Kyle Card wants a foul. Nothing was granted. And the last touch will be off of HCV. So Kyle Card not too happy on the far sideline here for the Burros. Thought that Trey got at least a little bit hip checked or might have got a wrist, but nothing was granted. But the Grovers get the ball back on the inside to Ashe. Ashe underneath for it, and we have ball out of play. Last touch by Brandt here. The possession arrow does favor Hillsboro-Central Valley. The Burros with all 5 timeouts remaining. Fargo Oak Grove, they have 3 left here in the third quarter. Bockyguard with the basketball back to Hatfield. Left pocket 3 open off the front iron. Ball tapped to Johnson. Kick out to Green, and a second chance here for the Grovers. Bockyguard will call the offense here on this little matchup. 2-3 on the side. It's more of a 1-2-2 packing the paint here. Hatfield, little Euro step. Can't get that one to go. Ball gets pinballed around and 1 by the Burros, who got numbers. It's a 3-on-2. Mitzel bounce pass. Olsen on the baseline. Finds a trailing Brandt. Brandt looks to go hard on the inside. Nice find for the assist. And Carter Limke, the beneficiary there with 2 points. It's a 7-0 run now for the Burros. Behind the back, Bockyguard spots, shoots, 10-footer, rattles it in. Bockyguard with 14 now on the night. His first field goal of the second half, and the Grovers back within 2 possessions. HCV in the front court. Here goes right short corner. That's to Brent. Hang, shoot, shot partially blocked off the mark, and a rebound underneath to Johnson. Grovers a bucket to get it back within 1 possession. This one to the baseline, and that's going to be off the mark. No, Andrew Green put back, swatted by Brent. Olsen working with it the other way here for the Burros as they bring in the front court. Left-hand side, this will go to Mitzel to the baseline, now to Limke. Ball gets skipped to Riley Olsen, right of the key, back to Mitzel here on this zone. Left pocket, 3-pointer on the way. Limke got it to go! Finds the bottom of the net, and Carter Limke with 5 points here in the quarter for HCV. They lead it by 8. Other end, Fargo Oak Grove to the baseline here. Jumper on the way. Off the mark, no. On the shot there by Johnson. Rebound by Brandt. Brandt to Olsen. Olsen will handle it to the baseline here. 10-footer, that's good for 2. And a timeout on the floor will break as well. 1:09 left to play in the quarter. The Burros are up by 10, or do we get a technical foul? Hold on there. Do we get a T or do we have a timeout? Was Kyle Cards asking. There is no timeout, so just an inadvertent whistle here, so no timeout with 1:09 left to play in the third quarter. So for a second there, we thought that we were hearing the timeout by the Grovers. Nothing was granted. Now Elliot Rothfull's going to say, I'll take a timeout. I got 5. We'll break as well. Burros up by 10.
Every farmer has a good story about picking rocks. Want to hear ours? To this day, we pick rocks on our founder's farm, and they go into every Bell Bank branch we build. How's that for rock-solid commitment?
Every bank wants you to open an account. Then along come sneaky fees. Sneaky, sneaky. If you hate sneaky fees, switch to Bell Bank. We give sneaky fees the boot. Bell Bank.
This is Bailey Scott, a senior at Fargo Davies High School and the 2022-23 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. Educational athletics, including games like this one, teach a lifetime values such as respect for your opponents, coaches, officials, and classmates. There are few better places than athletic competition to demonstrate respect for others. By your demonstration of respect for those participating and watching today, you underscore that the most important part of high school competition is the people involved and not the game itself. A public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
Well, 1 minute and 9 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Chase Miller, Jake Watroba with you here on YourLiveEvent.com on our Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. It's the Burros have found their lead for the first time tonight, up by double digits at 10. Was 52 apiece with 4:15 left to play in the quarter. Has been a 10-2 run here by HCV in the last 3 minutes. Winding his way to the rim as Backyard lost it, and we're going to have a jump ball possession will favor here the Burros. And it's the Burros right now playing well defensively against Fargo Oak Grove. And now it's the Grovers looking to get a stop and try to get something cooking here in the remainder part of the third quarter. If you're the Burros, momentum's on your side. A bucket to try to get up by 12 or 13. You get a stop. Maybe you could be up by 15 before the end of the quarter. Mitzel in the backcourt will handle the basketball here as Oak Grove goes to a man-to-man defense now. Riley Olson right of the key, looks to the baseline, has a teammate there. This one right-hand side to Michael Longthorne. Ball gets skipped, no look pass. This goes to Limke, and Riley Olson will have the turnover for the Burros. Fargo Oak Grove trailed by 4 after one quarter, won by the second quarter, and right now they're hoping to get back within single digits here before the final 8 minutes. In the front court, the Burros will continue in this little on the side again, 2-3, as they'll pack the paint a little bit and then extend on shooters depending on who's out there. Hatfield's the guy you got to get out on. Hatfield will shoot the 3 off the front iron. Brett tries to tip it to himself. Johnson's shot gets blocked by Brett. Now to Backyard across the paint. That one rattles out no good. On the interior, nice backdoor find to Hatfield, and Limke will get called for the foul. Carter will handle his third foul, team's fourth, and 2 shots on the way for Trey Hatfield. Hatfield with 19 points in the game, 0 for 1 from the foul line, and 2 free throws upcoming for the Grovers. Their first of the second half, their 6 of 11 as a team in the contest. Free throw attempt, nothing but the bottom of the net. Hatfield, the first Grover, now with 20 points or more in a game. He averages 26. Free throw attempt number 2 on the way. That one rattles out, ball out of play, last touch, and they'll say off of Luke Johnson. 9.9 here in the third quarter. Grovers with 2 fouls, the Burros with 4. Limke for the baseball home run pass. Green tips it, goes to Backyard, now to Hatfield across the paint. Open there, Swenson for 2. Swenson with 7. The Burros get a shot up, blocked by Hatfield, and that's how we'll end our third quarter of play, and a little 3-0 run by Fargo Oak Grove as we go to the final 8 minutes next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
Thunder Seed has over 4 generations of experience in the field. Through innovation, technology, and hard work, we put farmers first by providing high-quality products. We pride ourselves on developing quality soybean, corn, wheat, and corn silage seed for dealers and growers across our region. We are invested in being your partner throughout the full cycle of your harvest. Thunder Seed, first in the field, family-owned and farmers first.
Still to come, we'll get to our post-game show brought to you in part by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Love your ride at Tommy's Express Car Wash. With 2 locations in Fargo and 2 in Moorhead, they've got the tools and the expertise to keep your car clean inside and out at Tommy's Express Car Wash. The question is, by the time we get there, will the Burros remain undefeated and get to 4-0 on the season, or can the Grovers get a nice non-region win here over a top 10 team in the state and get to 2-1. Final 8 minutes of regulation here as the Burros will stay in that zone defense. Bockyguard at the left wing, and we'll see what he sets up here offensively. Bockyguard uses up that dribble, high post touch to Hatfield, playing a little triangle game there with Johnson also at the left wing. As the Grovers putting Hatfield now more on the inside. Now he goes to the outside right wing, takes the screen, looking for the pick and roll action to Swenson. Back to Hatfield, rises 15-footer, got it to go. Trey Hatfield has scored in every quarter. He's got 22. It's a 5-0 run now for the Grovers as they trim this deficit back to 2 possessions. Hillsboro-Central Valley with Dryberg. Double team now, half-court trap here, and Dryberg wants a timeout. We'll break with him. Got in Dead Man's Alley. Timeout on the floor, and our Tim Kazette Seed Sales scoreboard. Burros with the basketball when we return.
Community Co-op, we offer our energy solutions programs to help area farm operations. Hi, this is Rocky Bruin. One of our popular programs is our fuel contracting with only 30 cents per gallon upfront payment, and our pricing programs are a couple quick reasons why you would lock in your fuel contracting price with Community Co-op. Let us help you manage your risk. Call 1-888-935-2281 and we can discuss more of your energy solutions programs from Community Co-ops Lake Park.
After the timeout there by Hillsboro-Central Valley, they'll have 3 remaining, the same as well for Fargo-Oak Grove. The Burros with 4 team fouls, Fargo-Oak Grove currently with 2. As HCV will bring in the front court, Oak Grove going back to that 1-3-1. Baseline here, Limke already hit a 3 in this half, forces a pass across the paint and stolen away. Here goes Hatfield the other end. Hatfield gets to the paint, and there's going to be a foul here before the pass. This one coming by Riley Olson. That'll be his second, and now the team's 5th. Hatfield with a fresh 35 will inbound in here on the left of the baseline for Fargo-Oak Grove. As the Grovers pop it to Andrew Green. Green looking for a Hatfield at the right wing. Hatfield goes to baseline. Swenson will shoot a high arching 3. No. Green with the offensive rebound. Put back off the front iron and a board to Dryberg. Dryberg looks for a teammate as he gets in the front court now. Dryberg cross court on the skip to Mitzel. Shot fake. Takes 2 hard dribbles down the paint. Can't get that one to go. And we're going to have an offensive board for Dryberg. Got 3 Grovers going up, and there's a foul. Dryberg will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. The foul will be on Hatfield. That'll be his 3rd and the team's 3rd here for Fargo-Oak Grove. At the free throw line for the Burros again will be Dryberg. Dryberg free throw attempt, got it. First bucket or point since he hit 4 threes in the first quarter here for Dryberg. Free throw attempt number 2 upcoming here for the Burros. And Dryberg got that to go now with 14 points. Pair of free throws, HCV now 6 of 11 from the free throw line, and they're more importantly up by 7 here with 6:30 left in the 4th quarter. Grover's in the front court, a dangerous pass that's getting intercepted by Mitzel. Mitzel will handle it right down Main Street, and he misses the layup. Rebound to Swenson here, and the Grovers catch a break. Oak Grove now in the front court, Bockyguard to Hatfield. Hatfield with the shot fake, trying to get by Dryberg. Throws it up on the baseline, no. Rebound underneath. Well, that's going to be won by Brandt by a double team of the Grovers, and Brandt lost it. Limke will handle it. Makes a baseball pass to Mitzel. The Burros in transition. Bounce pass across the paint to Dryberg, and that one rattles out. Other end of the floor, Hatfield open. Grover's shot fake. Hatfield steps into a 16-footer. That shot's off the mark, and a rebound by Brandt. And a board coming here to HCV. Bockyguard was trying to collect the offensive board. Kyle Carr not happy after that last sequence of events here. Burrows in the front court to the right baseline. Now we'll handle it to Olson. Riley will work the clock as the Burrows will look to use the shot clock here, something we haven't really said much in this game. That was going back to 4. At the half, it was 46-45 Burrows. Brandt on the baseline, tough shot. That one rattles out. Ball gets tipped to Limke. His shot gets blocked by Johnson, but there's the foul. Luke Johnson will pick up his 2nd, team's 4th, and 2 shots here for Carter Limke. Limke with 5 points in the contest. 2 shots upcoming here for Limke. First of 2 on the way. Free throw attempt. Can't get it to go, and the Burros missed a couple of gimmies, if you will, in terms of layups, and now the free throw line a little bit of a bugaboo here in this game. 6 of 12. Still a 3-possession game, however, regardless of make or miss. And, well, Limke edges it back up to 8. Largest lead for the Burros at 10. The Grovers trimmed it down to 5. Now the Burros are just inching their way up ever so softly and slowly. Now it goes to Hatfield. Hatfield across the paint. Open, there's Johnson. Nice find by Hatfield. Luke Johnson, he's got 5, and the Grovers are back within 2 possessions. Olsen in the front court now will handle it. Right-hand side to Mitzel. Mitzel, check that. That's Limke. Will backdoor pass to Dryberg. Dryberg going down the paint. Right-handed layup. No ball. Pinballed around and won by Fargo Oak Grove. And there was a kick by Dryberg. As the Grovers will handle the basketball here. Next jump ball possession. Arrow does favor the Burros. Checking out of the contest here for HCV. This will be Carter Limke as Landon Olsen returns. He's been playing with foul trouble. He's got 4 in the contest. The Burros going back to this zone defense. Hatfield, right-hand side. Swenson attacking. Pops the pass, top of the key. That was Ashe to Backyguard. 3! And it's good, and a timeout on the floor. Backyguard now with 17, and don't you go anywhere. The Grovers back within 3 on our Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard.
The dairy products, non-dairy products, frozen seafood, meat items, and more delivered to your door from Teak, the Udder Guy at Hillsboro Dairy. Call 701-436-5877. He will bring it right to your door. Hillsboro, Grandin, Pearlie, Hendrum, Borup, Ada, Climax, Shelley, Lockhart. East of Ada to the Twin Valley addresses and around the area. Hillsboro Dairy delivering right to your door. 701-436-5877.
Still to come on our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. RDK Enterprises feature precision players or play of the game and more. That's all still to come. Our post-game show brought to you in part by Tommy's Express Car Wash. A 3-point lead here for HCV. Timeout taken by the Grovers. They'll have 2 remaining. A little full court pressure here. The Burros try to break it with Mitzel, and there's going to be a jump ball, and possession will be with the Burros. So shot clock will remain at 28 seconds here. HCV with a win would get to 4-0 on the season. The Grovers with a win would get to 2-1. Oak Grove's only lost to top-ranked 4 wins Milwaukee in the season opener on December the 10th. Jumper is good for Landon Olsen, his 2nd field goal of the game, and it's back to a 2-possession lead here for the Burros. Right-hand side, now to the right wing. Free throw line extended to Backyguard at Hatfield. Hatfield, top of the key, rips it through. A tough shot, but got it to go. Hatfield with 24 points on the night. And the Grovers are back within 3. Double team. Olsen in the front court here. Has to get it out of Dead Man's Alley. Olsen tiptoes the near sideline, does. Lost the possession, throws it up, and Hatfield will get the rebound. Other end of the floor to Backyguard. Backyguard crossing over, finds a teammate at the left baseline. That's in the hands of Schumacher. Backyguard open, 3-pointer off the mark. No rebound underneath, though. And this one will be to Hatfield, and then there's the reaching foul. Good steal by Mitzel being active. Hatfield will pick up the foul. That'll be his 4th, team's 5th here with 3:29 left to play. In the backcourt now, the Grovers, they'll trap when they can. Olsen will bring in the front court here. Uses up that dribble. Dryberg does the same as he needs to find a teammate. Finds Olsen at the high post touch. Back up top here for HCV. Up and over to Brandt. Brandt, bounce pass across the paint to Olsen. Forces one up from the right block. Can't get it to go. Second chance opportunity. The shot gets blocked. Now it's with Mitzel. Shot clock around the horn to 30. Jumper, Dryberg, right pocket 3, rattles out, and the Grovers collect the miss. if you're HCV, you felt like the hoop just doesn't like you here in the fourth quarter with some of these misses. Good looks, Hatfield for the tie. Got it! Hatfield with 27 points, and we're tied at 69 apiece on our Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. That one was from University Drive here in Fargo. Left short corner, Landon Olson rips it through, looks for a teammate. Dryberg on the cut, nothing there. Back up top to Brandt. Ball gets deflected. Now it's to Schumacher right down Main Street, and he misses a bunny. Now it's the Burrows who caught a break. Other end of the floor here for HCV. This one goes to Mitzel. Mitzel uses up that dribble here. Tries to rip it through, finds Riley Olson. Double team comes, and Olson's going to be tied up with, and Bockyguard was there. And we have a jump ball. Possession goes to Fargo Oak Grove. First tie since it was 52 apiece with 4:15 left to play in the third quarter. Front court here, the Grovers looking to take the lead with a bucket. Bockyguard rises, tough shot from 13. He gets fouled and counted. The senior with the end one with 19 on the night. That'll be the 16th foul on HCV. Dylan Mitzel will pick up the foul. That'll be his second. And Bockyguard will be at the free throw line for a good old-fashioned three-point play. The Grovers 7 of 13 on the line at the night, now 7 of 14, but Oak Grove leads it by 2. Kyle Carr calls out the defense. Elliot Roppvold off his seat for the Burrows. We'll see where HCV goes. Dryberg, high post touch to Olson. Back to Dryberg. Good hands, though, by Spencer Schumacher to bat that one down. Dryberg with 4 threes in the game, all in the opening 6.5 minutes. 21 seconds on the shot clock here. Right on top of you, a bird's eye view in the mezzanine here in Fargo Oak Grove. As Olson will inbound the basketball. Gives it to Brandt. Double team come. Brandt tries to rip it through. It's off of who? I'll be off of Fargo Oak Grove and Luke Johnson at 6'4". That's been a fun battle both offensively and defensively between those two guys here tonight. Will it be the big stars, the Brandts, the Drybergs, the Olsons that are going to make their way for the Burrows? Or can it be a role player here trying to get the big shot for HCV? On the baseline, Dryberg, ball gets skipped to Brandt. Brandt with it on the baseline. This to tie. That one off the mark, no good, and a board to Hatfield. On the other end of the floor, it's been the Hatfield and Bockyguard law firm here. And the same question. You got to find those two if you're HCV, or can a role player hit a big-time shot for the Grovers? Bockyguard top of the key, and Oak Grove will milk some clock. They can get this under a minute before they need to shoot. Bockyguard will handle it there. Top of the key, goes behind the back, takes the dribble, shot clock to 10, gets the ball back. Little shot fake here for Bockyguard again. Left-hand side to Schumacher. Bockyguard trying to weave his way inside the paint, throws it up. He gets blocked by Brandt, and the Burrows get the stop. Baseball pass up the floor to Dryberg. Dryberg muscles his way, and there's a traveling violation here on Dryberg, and the HCV faithful are not happy with that call. There's a collision, there is a little bit of press, there's a little bit of everything there, and it was the traveling violation on your bingo card. Here comes Oak Grove. Now the Burrows don't have to foul, but they do, and now it's a make one to get one bonus. The foul on Mitzel, that'll be his third and the team's 7th, and a make one to get one opportunity here for Riley at the free throw line. 19 points, 2 of 4 in the game here for Bockyguard. Free throw opportunity, got it. Now with 20 points. Him and Hatfield have combined for 47, and a timeout for Coach Card will break with them. 40.1 seconds to play, and a free throw upcoming for the Grovers when we return.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense.
Rivers Edge Insurance Agency, Halsted, 218-456-2172.
Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
Do you want that new boat? Are you building onto your home? Maybe you want the new camper or ATV. Dakota Heritage Bank can help you. This is Dustin Nagel, president at Dakota Heritage Bank Hillsboro location. You can visit with me or our other loan officers to help with loans and lines of credit from Dakota Heritage Bank. We are serving you with locations in North Dakota and Northwest Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank offers financial services you expect with a local perspective. dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Timeout by Coach Kyle Card. The Grovers have 5 team fouls, 1 timeout remaining. Hillsboro-Central Valley, they have 3 timeouts remaining, but 7 team fouls, so it's bonus from here on out for the Grovers. After the free throw, the first one by Bockyguard, he will be at the free throw line for the second with 20 points. Again on the night, this for a 2-possession lead. Free throw, Bockyguard can't get it to go. Rebound coming to Landon Olson. The Burros don't need 3. But a 3 would tie the game. HCV with Mitzel will handle the basketball. Oak Grove again can commit a foul. Here's the double team. Mitzel rips it through, and there is a reach-in foul here on the Grovers. For Kyle Cardy's clapping, he'll take it. Just for a simple pack, putting some pressure on here from a defensive standpoint. Bockyguard picks up his first, team 6, but now the shot clock is removed, and the next foul by the Grovers will put HCV to the free throw line. Olson with it at the top. The Burros right now, as the clock continues to wind, they might need a 3. Up and over pass inside to Landon. Olson right block, got it to go. And there's a timeout on the floor here for Coach Elliot Rottvold. The full timeout will break with him as well. Grovers with the ball when we return up by 1. Timeout by the Burros.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source from sunup to sundown. They're turning quarters into the dollars that drive our rural economy. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance. Protecting those that protect America's food source.
Contact Ryan Opdahl, Farmers Union Insurance, Hillsboro.
Welcome to a better banking experience with First State Bank. Locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, First State Bank is here for you. Locally owned for over 120 years, we know you and the area. Banking for today with savings, checking, and loan services for business, personal, or agriculture. And helping to guide you to tomorrow with wealth management and insurance services. Today, tomorrow, together. First State Bank. Stop into our locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, or visit online firststatebanks.com.
Timeout with head coach Elliot Rottvold here for Hillsboro-Central Valley with 18.6 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. The possession arrow is in favor of the Burros, so if they can't get a steal, HCV at least looking for a jump. If they foul, it's a 1-and-1 opportunity for the Grovers. Full court press here for HCV. The Burros here will guard the inbounds with Limke. Up the floor to Hatfield. Hatfield will handle it. Now they got a foul. Brandt trying to commit the foul, does. Brandt will pick up his 3rd, team's 8th, and Hatfield goes to the free throw line where he's 1 of 3 from the line so far here today. And again, it's a make one to get one opportunity. That pass there by Schumacher, it didn't have a lot of probability of finding Hatfield's hands, but fortunately there for the Grovers, it did. About 3 seconds comes off our Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. 1-and-1 for Hatfield. Misses, rebound, Burros, and now it's the Burros who are tied up underneath for Fargo Oak Grove with Bockyguard. Possession, though, again in favor of HCV with 13.7 left to play in regulation. And a reminder, a foul by the Grovers would be a 1-and-1 for the Burros, which in that case would be a chance to tie or take the lead. Coming right down to the wire here in downtown Fargo. The Burros with Olson. Well, again, the front court now. Man defense. There's a timeout by Coach Rottvold, and this will be across the floor with 9.3 seconds left to play. HCV will take the timeout here. We'll break with them as well on your liveevent.com.
The Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts share this message to all community members about building assets in your community. Hi, this is Maddie Olson. Young people grow strong through positive relationships with adults. It only takes a small investment of time to truly make a difference in a young person's life. You can help build up a young person by taking just a minute to give them words of encouragement and advice, making them feel the true impact they have in the community. A message provided by everyone at the Hillsboro and Central Valley School District.
Still to come on our post-game show, brought to you in part by Tommy's Express Car Wash. To take a look at the final numbers, stats, and we'll hear from some of the particulars in this one as well. That and more still to come on our post-game show. Again, brought to you in part by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Both teams with one timeout remaining. Both are in the make one to get one bonus. And it's HCV that'll have the basketball here once they break the huddle, with head coach Elliot Rotfold and Kyle Card on the opposite side giving some words of encouragement to his team defensively. 9.3 seconds goes up on the game clock here on our Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. The Burros ranked 9th in the state, play a challenging schedule. And Kyle Card every year for the Grovers, they play one of the toughest in Class B as well. They're 1-1 on the year. This has a feeling of late February here in late December. Grover faithful are on their feet making noise. After the inbounds here, the Burros to Mitzel, the Olsen, baseline on the way. This for the lead for Brandt. That one's going to pinball off the top of the backboard. And the Burros will be out of play. And they'll ask for it here. Was it deflected or touched or not? If it was deflected, it would be Burro basketball. If it was not, it would go to Fargo Oak Grove here, and they'll ask again what to put on the time as the officials come over. Chris Heinze will go to the scores table here, and we'll see if they add some additional time here as the clock is at 1.2, and they will go to 1.8, and Coach Kyle Card wants a timeout. Why not? We'll break with 1.8 left to play here in regulation. Grover's ball when we return.
The Halstead Living Center, Heritage House in Halstead, and the Normandy in Twin Valley present an atmosphere that is calm and comfortable. Whether you're in need of a short-term or long-term care stay, they offer a variety of first-rate services with a tailored plan to exceed your expectations at any level of care, including senior living with services, skilled nursing care, rehabilitation care, respite, hospice, or adult daycare. Get more information by going to halsteadlivingcenter.com or call 218-456-2105.
With 1.8 seconds left to play, that's the final timeout by Fargo Oak Grove. So they will have to get this puppy in. Otherwise, a 5-second call will be a turnover. And the Burros, with one timeout, with 1.8 seconds, will get a chance to come back the other way with the basketball and possibly tie or take the lead, pending what happens here. You've seen about everything in this contest. The first quarter, there was nearly 50 points scored combined between the two teams, between the Burros and the Grovers. And as the game has moved along in the second half, been more of a defensive-oriented game, as it was 46-45 HCV after 1 half of play. So the Grovers again with no timeouts. The Burros foul, it would be a 1-1 for the Grovers. Oak Grove to inbound it here with Ashe. Ashe set to inbound. Brandt at 6'9" with that wingspan will look to make it difficult. There's the inbounds, and the Grovers will win it by a final of 72-71 as they get it in to Riley Backegaard on our Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. Oak Grove takes down number 9 HCV 72-71. The Burros are now 3-1 on the season. They're at Ada Borup West for their next contest on January 6th. Well, for Fargo Oak Grove, they're back on the hard court on January the 6th at Shiloh for their next game here for the Grovers. Our post-game show is next on YourLiveEvent.com.
You can trust the pros at Hillsboro Body Shop to make your vehicle look as good as new. Cars, pickups, trucks, semis, Ben and Tyrell at Hillsboro Body Shop can do the work. And Hillsboro Body Shop is also the place to repair your windshield. Don't wait to get that pesky chip repaired. Ben and Tyrell can replace that glass the same day. Call Hillsboro Body Shop at 701-636-4981 and put Ben and Tyrell's combined 30-plus years of experience to work on your vehicle. Hillsboro Body Shop, 701-636-4981. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter! Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
Get the dairy products, non-dairy products, frozen seafood, meat items, and more delivered to your door from Teak, the Udder Guy at Hillsboro Dairy. Call 701-436-5877. He will bring it right to your door. Hillsboro, Grandin, Pearlie, Hendrum, Borup, Ada, Climax, Shelley, Lockhart, east of Ada to the Twin Valley addresses and around the area. Hillsboro Dairy delivering right to your door. 701-436-5877. The Hillsboro Vets Club welcomes you for Broasted Chicken Saturdays, 5:30 till 7:30. Fries and coleslaw along with delicious broasted chicken. It's the best chicken I've ever had. Roasted chicken, dine in and take out at Saturdays at the Hillsboro Vets Club. And remember, appetizers and so many other fun activities at the Hillsboro Vets Club. Good luck to the Hillsboro-Central Valley Boroughs from everyone at the Hillsboro Vets Club. And they thank you for all of your support with the Hillsboro Vets Club.
We were treated to one heck of a ball game between two really good teams. We're going to have a lot to say in their respective regions if they can play like that throughout the rest of the season, and they're going to continue to get tested here over the next couple of weeks. This is our post-game show brought to you in part by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Make part of your clean routine with Tommy's Express Car Wash. Love your ride at Tommy's Express. Sign up in the App Store on Google Play or the App Store for your first month of unlimited washing with Tommy's Express Car Wash. Take a look at the final numbers here in this one for the Burros and the Grovers. The Grovers had 6 players in the scoring column. 8 of 16 from the free throw line with 6 made threes. For Hillsboro-Central Valley, they had 7 players in the scoring column, 7 of 13 from the free throw line with 8 made threes here for Hillsboro-Central Valley. The 72 points here by Fargo Oak Grove early on this season, just the 4th game, but the most that the Burros have given up this season. On the opposite side, the 71 by HCV, again early on this season, the most points given up by the Grovers. Individual numbers, Fargo Oak Grove led by the 27 of Trey Hatfield, has scored in every quarter and would finish as well with 4 made threes here for Hatfield for Fargo Oak Grove. 21 points by Riley Bockyguard here today as he was able to hit a 3 and finish 2. Make that 3 of 5 from the free throw line. 7 points by Luke Swenson with a triple. 7 big points off the bench by Andrew Green. 5 by Luke Johnson and 4 by Spencer Schumacher. But again, the 1-2 combination of Hatfield and Bockyguard combined for 48 points for Fargo Oak Grove. For Hillsboro-Central Valley, Jacob Brandt held scoreless in the 4th quarter, but scored 27 points in the first 3 quarters here. Brandt with 27. 14 points then with Peter Dryberg as well. Dryberg with 14. 8 by Riley Olson. 6 with Limke. 6 with Mitzel. 6 by Landon Olson, and 4 points by Micah Longthorne here for the Burros. Again, the Burros were led by Jacob Brandt with 27 points here today for Hillsboro-Central Valley. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from Elliot Rotvold from the Burros. That's next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank, and I would like to know your story. Our lives and our businesses are comprised of events. We have all had our failures and successes, and these events define our character. If your character includes values like trustworthy, respectful, honest, and responsible, then your story matches well with ours, and we would consider it a privilege to be your financial partner. At the Goose River Bank, we believe that a strong bank builds strong communities. The Goose River Bank, member FDIC.
Hillsboro Lumber welcomes you. As you're working on interior projects, Hillsboro Lumber can help. Hillsboro Lumber has trim, doors, flooring, and all the necessary tools and products to complete your projects. If you're also thinking about larger projects for next spring and summer, let Hillsboro Lumber know of your ideas and they'll help with planning and estimates. Hillsboro Lumber, 701-636-4301.
On our Tommy's Express Car Wash, head coach for Hillsboro-Central Valley, Elliot Rotfold, join us. Elliot, a scrappy game. I know we talked about it, in the pregame show as well, that you were going to get tested, and this is just another game that's going to hopefully make this team better as the season progresses. Still a lot of work to be done, still a lot of games to be played, but a really quality ball game at the end of the season. It kind of felt like the end of February at particular times, Elliot, with the way these two teams were battling here tonight.
Yeah, it was a good basketball game. Both teams fought hard. Give Oak Grove a lot of credit. We had them down 10 there and had a chance to push it to a little bit deeper there. I thought the end of the third quarter that was a big change of momentum. I'm not, again, that situations. We got guys trying to make plays. Trying to throw a deep pass there when we got 10 seconds left, and they turned that into points on the other end, and all of a sudden it's 5 points or whatever it was at the end of the third. So that was a big switch, and then they got the ball to start that fourth quarter. So gave them a few extra possessions there, but overall it was like I said, hard-fought game. Give them a lot of credit. Made shots. First half, we couldn't guard them very well. They couldn't guard us. It was just back and forth. Second half, I thought our zone slowed them down a little bit, but they just ended up making one more play than we did. And, we had a chance. We got a good shot there. We ran a setup for a man-to-man play. They came out in zone. Our guys adjusted really well. We always talk about adjusting to what the defense gives you, and we're looking for Jacob on the block, and they came out zone, so they're 1-3-1, so he popped to the corner and got a good look on that shot. So, we played that situation pretty well. Shot just didn't go, but yeah, good basketball game for early December. Like you said, it felt like a tournament game, tournament atmosphere. It's like I told the guys in there, it's something that you got to learn from that, and we got lots of tough games down the road, and we'll just get better at these situations.
Jacob Brandt with 27 points. Dryberg, he hit those 4 threes in the first quarter, as you mentioned. What did you see from your team in those spurts that they were playing well offensively, particularly in that first quarter where it just felt like, Elliot, maybe no rust. Sometimes you worry about, the holidays if kids kind of sleepwalk through the couple opening minutes, but both teams just came out gangbusters there in the opening quarter.
Yeah, I think, we talked yesterday, the week off, kids are chomping at the bit to play games, I think. So, both teams came out on fire, and it was a good back and forth battle. And we knew that we had to try to slow them down. Anytime you play Oak Grove, it's about defending them because they're always a good offensive team. I just thought we turned it over a few too many times and got them some home run plays. We talk about our turnovers. If you turn it over, you want turnovers that aren't going to turn into layups for them, and I think they got too many of those tonight. In the first and second half. So we got to clean that up. We can get better at that. Our guards got to be better with that. Our big guys, everybody. But like I said, you give Oak Grove credit. They were jumping the lanes and making some good plays. And when it comes down to it there at the end, you got to make a play. And like I said, like I told them in the locker room, they just made one more play than we did tonight.
How big is this game, though, early on this season for experience to get you in a 4-quarter game, get you in situational basketball that maybe you haven't been in so far this season?
Oh, definitely. Elliot. Yeah, the situational stuff is good because we haven't even had a ton of time in practice to work situations. Of course, you work a few at the end of practice here or there, but, once we get into, missing that week of practice, missing 6-7 days, that takes some of that away. So you're trying to still work on, offensive and defensive things a lot more. And, being put in the situation like we were tonight is only going to help us. And, we always talk about, hey, once you turn January is when it starts, and you're going to have we got a tough schedule in January here. It continues, and we got to get better. And then, we always want to be playing our best come February and the end of the season. And usually we're in pretty good shape to do that. So most of our non-region games are here for the next month, and then we play a lot of region games in February. I thought, that first half of that foul trouble hurt us a little bit too. Peter got his third there on that charge, and a couple tough calls there. That was definitely a charge, but we got a couple ticky-tack ones early, and Landon had 2, and Carter had 2, and that kind of hamstrung us a little bit. Maybe you work on your depth a little bit, but it's one of those things we got to get better at. We got some big bodies out there, and we got to learn how to play with the big bodies and not get fouls, because it seems like we get into foul trouble quite a bit here early.
Elliot, thanks so much for your time. Happy holidays and best of luck in Ada on January 6th for your next contest.
Yeah, that'll be a good one too. We'll be ready for that one too. Ada Borup will be a real good basketball team for us.
Elliot Rotfold here with Hillsboro-Central Valley. We'll continue on our Tommy's Express Car Wash postgame show after this.
Kate's Kennels, located in Castleton, North Dakota. We offer boarding for all of your furry companions. Whether you're going on vacation or you have an emergency, we are here for you. We know they are a member of your family, and we will treat them as if they were one of our own. Kennel tours are always welcome. Check us out on Facebook at Kate's Kennels or visit our website at kateskennels.com. Give us a call at 701-347-4176 for all your furry friend boarding needs.
Joining us now is a senior here for the Grovers. It's Riley Bockegaard with 21 points in this contest. Got a 3 there in the fourth quarter. Was able to hit some free throws as well at the line, 3 of 5. Riley, I was saying to head coach Elliot Raffel, I know he shook his hand and said, good luck moving forward here, but it felt like a late February kind of region tournament kind of game with this atmosphere, and you guys have already played 4 wins Milwaukee, and you're going to get some bigger challenges coming up next week in Bismarck as well. But what did you take away from your team in a scrappy 32-minute style basketball game here, Riley?
Yeah, we just played with max effort the whole time. I mean, we had a bunch of guys that just came in and absolutely just played their hearts out. They may not have scored as many points as me and Trey had, but they had the big baskets that we needed to win the game. So, I mean, they played great defense. I mean, we played great defense on Brand, even though he had 25. He had a bunch of tough shots on us, but we almost took him away, too, because he could have easily 40 in that game. So.
And you mentioned Brand scoreless in the fourth quarter sometimes when it means the most, but what's it like playing with Trey, a guy that, dropped 27, he's averaged 26, so he got his average here again. What's it like with a guy like that can put the ball in the net as well as yourself in the backcourt?
Oh, it is absolutely crazy. He hits the most random shots, fadeaway, white liners in practice. I mean, he's the craziest shooter I've ever met in my life. I mean, he's a great teammate. He's a great guy. I mean, no one I'd rather play basketball with.
How tough has the rhythm been from your point of view, just getting games and getting practices in? Hopefully Mother Nature allows you to get back in the swing of things next week with 2 games out in Bismarck, but how tough from a player's point of view has this month of December been?
It was tough. I mean, we got 2 games canceled, and, I mean, we kind of could practice, but we had one, half a week where we couldn't practice at all. I mean, it's just kind of hard to really get into motion, and we had good practices this week and really got ready for this game, but we could definitely tell when we played Hankinson that we hadn't practiced very much.
Last thing for you here, Riley, off the bench, Andrew Green, 7 points in that first half, got some gutty rebounds. When you can get a guy coming off the bench like that, whether playing 5 minutes or 15 minutes, but it just seemed like when there was a 50-50 ball, he found a way to get his mid on it. What's it like having him come on the floor?
He is the hardest worker. Him and Spencer are the 2 hardest workers. John, they're all the hardest workers I've ever met in my life, and Green will use any of his body, and all of his body will injure himself playing sports. He loves them so much.
Hey, Riley, thanks so much for your time. Happy holidays and best of luck next week out in Bismarck.
Thank you.
Riley Bockegaard with us here on our post-game shows. We'll go from there to Trey Hatfield as well. Trey, the senior with 27 points in the game, hit a 3-pointer in every quarter as well. 4 threes in the contest. Here is Trey Hatfield again joins us. And Trey, before we get going too much down the line, what's it like playing with O'Reilly in the backcourt? I asked him about you, so we'll flip it. What's it like playing with Riley?
Oh, it's great. He moves the ball so well up the court, and when we're working all 5 guys, we're a tough team to beat. So moving that ball is definitely key. So
the first quarter, guns a-blazing, both teams putting the ball in the net. Fourth quarter becomes a little bit more defensive-oriented. What did you see from your team for 32 minutes of basketball to come out with a win?
We worked hard. They definitely knocked down shots when they needed to, but our defense, we stepped up late in the fourth quarter and shut them down. So
Jacob Brandt's a tall order to try to contend with. What's it like as a guy that's 6'9" who can fade away, hit shots, his length, try to block your shot or try to adjust it? What's it like going up against a guy that has that size and that type of a frame?
Yeah, he's a great player, no doubt. He knocked down some really tough fadeaway shots. Definitely a threat when we're trying to go down the lane, but we kind of just got to pull up. But he's a great player.
3 games in, 2-1. You're going to get tested with Shiloh and Trinity coming up next week. What do you hope to take from this 32-minute basketball game moving forward here, Trey?
To keep the same energy. The bench played a key part in our game too. We got 2 guys off the bench that did a great job. Just keeping that same energy. So
it's going to be a lot of fun. You guys are going to get tested a whole lot more coming up through the end of the season. Well, final thing for you, Trey. What was the atmosphere like in this one? The fans were coming up big. It felt like the Region 1, quarterfinal round or postseason time a little bit. What was it like from a player point of view?
It was crazy. That final 9 seconds when they had the ball in the end there. It was loud, but that was a great atmosphere. I love these fans.
Trey,
they're awesome.
Thanks so much for your time. Happy holidays and best of luck next week out in Bismarck.
Thank you so much.
We'll continue on our post-game show after this.
Schools need every sports official they can find. Want to ensure that kids keep playing? Become an official and a leader. Over 25,000 North Dakota student athletes participate in statewide school-sponsored sports programs. Sports provide students with real-time training for real life. Teamwork and planning under pressure provide our young men and women with skills that will serve them throughout their lives. Without officials, high school sports wouldn't exist. It may be more.
Kyle Carr joined us now, head coach for Fargo Grove on our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. Kyle, the law firm of Hatfield and Abaki guard 48 points, and I know you mentioned it on our pregame show, kind of saying this season will go kind of as they go. You're going to have guys developing roles, but what did you see from those two, particularly right off the bat? Trey was 7 points in the first quarter. Riley had 5 field goals, 11 points in the first quarter. It just kind of felt like back and forth early, and those two were the hot hand for your guys in the first quarter.
Like you said, we talked about that before. We need them two to carry us, and I'm sure some other teams are going to start doing some stuff. We got guys that'll step up for us, but Trey's he makes some tough shots. I mean, Brant made some tough shots too, but Trey, he's a warrior, and Riley's a great leader, and those two guys, we're going to ride them out, and they carried us tonight.
Two things I noticed. The first, Andrew Green off the bench played some valuable minutes, took charges. There was one that was underneath. He was in the semicircle. Was he in or was he out? But a guy that literally laid his body on the line. 7 points, a handful of rebounds. What has he provided this team off the bench?
Well, we talked about that in the locker room, and those guys, I thought John Ashe and Andrew Green held Olsen in check. I don't know how many rebounds he had, but normally he gets 10 or 12, and I don't know if he had more than 2 or 3. And we just talked about that in the locker room, that this is going to be a team that everyone else has to buy into their jobs, and if they do that, that we'll be successful, and I think they did that tonight.
And the one thing, too, Jacob Brand, a guy that can put 20 up on anyone, scores 27 the first 3 quarters, Kyle, but a goose egg in the fourth quarter. What changed in the fourth quarter?
Well, I think we talked about that as well. We played a little different defenses, which I think got them confused a little bit, but I think he got a little tired because we just kept bringing bodies after him, and that can wear on guys, and he's a heck of a player. He made some tough shots that first half, and I think our team defense just stepped up that fourth quarter, and I think they were 1 for 10 or something I saw. So it was a team effort, and we had guys there to help them out, and then we rebounded the basketball.
Yeah, that fourth quarter, just let's see here, 7 points, 2 field goals by Landon Olsen. That was it for the Burros. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you said you're going to throw a lot of different defenses out. Saw everything from from a little box, maybe a little triangle, half-court trap, 1-3-1. What did you take from 32 minutes of basketball moving forward? Because both teams are going to get tested from here on out. You guys are going to the capital city with ranked opponents with Shiloh and Trinity. You just played a 9th-ranked Hillsboro here, Kyle. But what have you seen from your team in these 3 games, and particularly tonight, to carry this as you get into 2023?
I did say in the locker room, it's fun to coach these guys because we can throw a bunch of different stuff at them, and they just adjust, and they appreciate that we're trying different things, and we're trying to get guys in the right position to succeed. And it's going to be a fun group to coach. We had 7 guys that really contributed tonight. We have other guys that will help us down the road, but the big thing is if we play hard like we did tonight and box out like we did, we're going to be a fun team to watch, and just different defenses is going to be fun.
It was a lot of fun from a spectator. I was glad I was up here, not on the sidelines. Kyle, thanks so much for your time. Happy holidays and Happy New Year, and best of luck out in Bismarck next week.
Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it, and Happy New Year to you.
All right, Kyle Card, head coach again for Fargo Oak Grove. We'll put a bow on our post-game show after this.
Lutheran Church in Hillsboro, North Dakota invites you to experience the love of God. Our Savior supports all youth with academics, athletics, music, art, dance, and drama, and offer meaningful opportunities for people of all ages. Join us for worship at 8:30 or 10:30 each Sunday morning, in person or watch on television, HTC Channel 34, or online, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or at oslchillsboro.com.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org. Well, it's now time to get to some of the particulars in this one as we get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Enbridge Energy Life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Again, Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Well, the 1-2 combination of Trey Hatfield and Riley Bockyguard with 48 points in the game. Those two are our Enbridge Energy players of the game, and we heard from both of them here on our post-game show. From there to our RDK Enterprises Feature Precision Player of the Game, and that goes to Hillsboro-Central Valley's Jacob Brandt with 27 points. Double performance here for Hillsboro-Central Valley. Just didn't feel like the Grovers were able to match him in any capacity. Have found a way in the fourth quarter to keep him off the scoreboard. But Jacob Brandt is our RDK Enterprises Feature Precision Player of the Game. Now is the time to discuss upgrading your planter. Visit planterdoc.com. Wishing everyone a safe harvest season. More importantly, a safe spring season coming up here as we get into March, April, and May. For more information, visit planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com with RDK Enterprises. Go to yourliveevent.com. Central Cast in Lisbon in action in Region 1 boys basketball with Brent Dick down in Lisbon. A next game again for the Burros at 3-1 on the season, January the 6th at Ada. For Fargo Oak Grove, their next game, January the 6th at Shiloh in Bismarck. The Grovers now 2-1 on the year. On behalf of Jake Watroba, head coaches Kyle Card and Elliot Rotvold, I'm Chase Miller. Have a great rest of your Thursday night, and happy holidays to you and yours as well. For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.